Right off the top of my head, I think he's completely nuts. That's what I think. He's spending money that he should spend on other things. He has fun doing it, but this is my personal opinion.
And that's my grandpa, Andrew Williams. He's been there since the beginning. He was there when my dad bought me my first motorcycle at 5 years old. He watched me outgrow that bike, then the next, and the next. He thinks I'm crazy to keep fooling around with these goofy motorcycles all the time, and he's probably right. It's expensive, it's dangerous. I could probably find a better way to use my time and energy, but it's too late. I'm hooked, and it's all because of him.
The first memory of motorcycle racing was, that was back when I was a young man. They were what we used to call scrambles at them days. In Ruston Hill Flats in Southern California. That's the first motorcycle races I've got involved with. I would love to have done it when I was young, but there was no money. And after you get married and have some kids, the money goes pretty fast.
Grandpa's interest in motorcycles and racing was passed down to his two sons, Larry and Dave. Larry, the oldest, got into dirt bikes early on, while his younger brother, my dad Dave, watched and learned. Soon the sounds of roaring motorcycles filled the yard of my grandparents' old farm as the brothers tore around on their dirt bikes. Even my grandma Ermidale got in on the action.
We lived on the farm, and the boys had an old moped, and she was always asking the boys about riding. How do you ride? You don't do this, do that, the next thing. So finally they got her on it, and we had to make a U-turn in our driveway, the way it come in off the road to make a U-turn to go back out, and there was a rock pile down the side. She would run right over that rock pile with her old moped. She wouldn't ride it no more after that. Well, Larry used to ride with me when I would go to these motorcycle races in California at the Ruston Hill Flats. He was about 5 years old at the time, and I'd set him on the tank in front of me and ride my old Harley down there. But then Dave didn't get into motorcycles until, what was it, I suppose about 1990 maybe, something like that. And then him and Larry both got it. They're the ones that started this scramble racing, or this, whatever they call it now.
The name he was looking for was motocross. It's a sport that has shaped my life. Some of the earliest memories I have are from trips we took to the races when I was young. I guess you could say I was born into it. Crisp, summer mornings, the smell of race gas in the air. These are common threads present in my best memories growing up. And I got to share all these memories with my family, and there were a lot of us.
Oh, that was something else. I had the grandkids, there was 5 of them, raced motorcycles, and they had a lot of fun. I think it was, myself at this stage of the game, I think it was kind of foolish the money was spent on it, but when the grandkids were racing, it was basically a family activity, definitely.
During the early 2000s, it wasn't uncommon for us to have over 10 family members and close friends racing each weekend. Not many people will ever truly understand the dedication, time, money, and effort it takes for one person to hit the races each weekend. We sometimes had 12. On race day, it was basically a circus around our pit. With riders of all ages, classes, and bike sizes, there was a lot going on, to say the least. But these were some of the best days of my childhood. It took a true family effort to pull it off, and at the center of the chaos oftentimes was my grandma, always worried about her grandkids' safety, of course, but often more concerned with making sure they were all well fed.
Well, Grandma, anytime she was around any of the kids, she had to do something, be cooking. That was her bag. But she'd love to go out to the races with them. Anytime the kids had any doings, she wanted to be there.
Fast forward to today, and I'm still at it, traveling to the races every weekend and racing my motorcycle. I still pull the original race trailer we used growing up, once packed to the gills with a dozen dirt bikes, now just containing one. Much of the original family has gotten out of the sport, moved on to other hobbies, or straight up moved away. Yet I'm still here. So what keeps me hooked? What keeps the money, time, energy, and risk worth it? I think part of it has to be the adrenaline rush of racing motocross. If you haven't done it, you just can't fully understand the feeling you get when you're lined up at the starting gate next to 20 other guys or flying through the air over a 75-foot jump. I've never felt anything like it. So obviously you gotta like what you do. When my grandpa was asked why I still do it, his answer seemed simple.
He just likes it, I guess. That's the only reason I can think of.
However, I think the root runs much deeper than that. Truth is, I miss those days. I miss having the whole family together making memories. Sometimes I feel like I'm the last remnant of the past, keeping the family tradition alive. I want to keep the flame burning for future generations. Someday I want to see the race trailer filled back up with bikes. I want to witness a new generation of my family bonding like I had the chance to growing up. I'm so thankful for the way I was raised, and family and motocross was a huge part of that. And that's why I get to thank my grandpa for keeping my passion for the sport alive, even if he doesn't quite agree with it.
Get rid of it. That would be the advice I'd give him.